You might remember that song, "What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love." I like that song. And I'm going to say that everybody wants to feel love, that's for sure. And love is necessary. But does the world need love? Do people need love? No, I think the need is to become aware of the love that's always present. It's always within us. You see, need is, if you look at what need is, somebody says, I need love. I need somebody to love me. I need to feel loved. What is that? Well, it means that there's something missing. It means that I don't have love. It means that there's a lack. That's what need means. It means there's a lack inside of me. I don't have love, so I need it. Something's not quite right inside, you know? So what do? Usually is then we start looking for love. We start trying to find somebody who can love us, right? And today's message is to put out there that we have a choice. We can go one of two ways. We can try to get love from outside, or there's another choice. We can look within to find that love. See? Now and that's a very unusual message, isn't it? You're not going to hear this anywhere else. Not too many other places, really, unless you're looking at spiritual places, that most people are conditioned to think that love is outside, that we've got to get someone to love us in order to feel loved. And I'm here to say, no, that's not the highest truth, that love is always inside of us. Whenever you feel love, you feel it where? You feel it inside of yourself. That's where you feel it. Why? Because that's where it's located. The Bible says, as we said in the meditation today, in the beginning God, and then in the New Testament you see God is love. So in the beginning, love created man and women, male and female, in God's image, which is love. So you and I are created in the image of love. This love is everywhere present. Charles Fillmore said, love is the glue that holds everything together. It's in all things, including in you and in me. That's where it is. And if we're not feeling it, if we feel a lack of it, if we think I need love, you know, and so I got to go out and find it, why does that happen? Because in some way we're blocking it. And that very idea that I need somebody to love me blocks it, because now we're looking out there. We're looking out there for the love. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're looking outside, looking for love in all the wrong places, right? Looking for love in too many faces. Because here's what happens. The love is inside of us, and the late Eric Butterworth used to make, I remember just first learning that many, many years ago. He said, people don't give us love. Love is not an object that is given to us. Like, I have love and I give it to you. No, that's not love. Love is an energy. Love is inside of us. And people don't give us love. People provide an environment in which we feel safe enough to let our walls down to feel the love that is always inside of us. See? As Michael Singer says, we don't love people. We experience the love that is always within us. The same idea. The same idea that we like how we feel when we're around a certain person, say, right? It's not because we love them. It's because of what awakens inside of us when we're around that person. That's what we love, isn't it? The same is true for a song. Oh, I love that song. What do you love? That song triggers something that's always within you. You're feeling it inside yourself. Same could be said about looking at artwork. Same could be said about a movie, many different areas. Something in nature, a flower, an animal. Oh, I love giraffes, whatever it might be. Well, that love is always there inside of us, you see. And we're always experiencing self-love, the love that's there. And we block our experience of that love when we set up conditions. You know what I mean? Set up conditions on how we have to get that love. That if somebody out there who is a certain way, has certain, maybe looks a certain way, I think there was a song years, 6'2", eyes are blue, coochie, 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 coo, They got to look a certain way, and then when we see that person, when we find that person, what happens? We start to get excited. When someone matches our conditions in our mind of what we need in a person who's going to give us love, who's going to make us feel loved, when we start to see that match, what happens? We start to get excited. And because what's happening? They're matching our conditions. It's not because there's some secret chemical emanating from them or from us, or that they're the soulmate we've been looking for. I mean, they might be, who knows, but I doubt it. It's more of they're matching our conditions. They're meeting our conditions. And we start to get excited. We say, oh, you wouldn't believe the chemistry there is some kind of chemistry, and it has to do with the fact that they're meeting our conditions of what we like. We hear, oh, well, she's your type, right? You got a type. And then when you're around that type, ooh, sparks fly. Yeah, that's how we limit this love inside of us, because we put some conditions on it. And then what happens? What happens if they say the wrong thing? Right? What happens if they do something that we don't like or the person doesn't like? Then all of a sudden, where did the love go? Where did the love go now? How come we were feeling it 1 minute and now we don't feel it? We're upset, we're angry, we're hurt. What happened to that love? Well, that's the thing. See, that's the conditional love. Thinking that somebody needs to be a certain way in order for me to feel loved. That's what happens when we are living out of need. I need someone to be a certain way so that I can feel loved. Now that's, when we're coming from that place, when a person's coming from a place of need and needing someone to be the way I need them to be for me to feel loved, that can get pretty manipulative and controlling, can it? Because what happens when that person's not being the person we want them to be so that we feel loved? Then we can not be so nice sometimes. People can not be so nice sometimes. It's amazing how quickly that I'm in love can shift, isn't it? You can feel, with harmony and chemistry and love and all that, and then you say one wrong word or one wrong phrase, and all heck can blow up. Can it? Can it not? And then where did the love go? See? And the other thing that can happen when we're coming from this place of need, I need love, it's out there, somebody's got it. Now we've got to be clever and attract those people, look a certain way, talk a certain way to attract that person, and they're attracted to us. It's a lot of work, for one thing, isn't it? It's a lot of work. And then what happens if you're not, there can be some deception in all that too, right? Haven't we maybe said it or heard it. Well, you're not the person I thought you were. You know, what happened to you? You're not the person I married. Yeah, right? Because there's a parade people can, a charade, a parade people can put on to attract that person that they think they need to feel loved. And man, that's a lot of work. And let's face it, that doesn't really work, does it? Doesn't work. Because there's no stability, there's no foundation. But you know what there is? There's addiction. That's what it is, because we start off with, I want to feel love. I want to feel love. And then that love becomes somebody out there is going to make me feel love. So now it becomes about that person. That's called addiction. I need her. I need him to be in my life. So then I'll feel love. See, that's how the addiction starts. Now, we're free to live that way. We can continue to live that way until we finally experience enough pain and suffering to go, man, there's got to be a better way. And because you're watching this and because you're in tune with this stuff, I know you're interested in another way. Another way. Not a place of need. Need is lack. It means I don't have what I need and I got to get it out there somewhere. And that sure isn't a great place to be. Because if you feel like this person is in charge of me feeling love, what if they leave me? What if they're not happy with me? Then what? I'm without love? I don't want to be in that place. Do you? No. So let's choose a different route. We can. The other route is, instead of trying to get somebody to love us and to give us love from the outside, recognize love is always something we feel within us. All love is self-love. It's the love of God being and expressing in and as us. And when we're around another person who there's a harmony or chemistry, what's happening? Not chemistry, a harmony, a empathy. What happens? We allow the love that's inside of us to express. That's what happens. We don't have to wait for a person to do that. We don't have to wait for someone who matches our conditions in order to feel and express love. That's our true nature. See? So we can spend a lot of time running around trying to get love, trying to attract love, or we can go directly to the source inside of ourselves. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to go and live in a cave. That doesn't mean we're never going to leave the house or meet other people or see other people or interact. It's not antisocial. We're not talking about that. Because when you are in tune with love inside of yourself, now you become a positive force in other people's lives. You know, it's when people are motivated by need, I need somebody to love me, that's when they become manipulative and controlling. That's when it becomes self-centered and selfish. I want you to be a certain way. I want you to kiss me this way. I want you to talk to me this way. I want you to, act this way so that I can feel loved. That's called control. That's called manipulation. Let me run to the closest door. You know what I mean? That gets tiring, man. That gets old, man. Oh, or people, who, oh, but I love you so much, I can't live without you. Oh my God, Barry Manilow, I can't smile without you. I can't laugh and I can't sing. You hear that, right? Can't sing. That is sick. Good song, but unhealthy. I can't smile without you. Oh my goodness. Don't want to be in that situation. No, thank you. Let's go the other route, which is let me experience the love that's inside of me. And then when I'm full from this love that's flowing through me, Now I don't need anything from you. I don't need people to be a certain way in order for me to feel love. Now life is about, let me help life be better for you. Let me help life be better in general. Let me be a positive force. I'm not out here trying to manipulate you and control you and make you be a certain way, but rather I'm here to share with you. I'm here to share. We're here. You're here to share the love that's in you. I'm in here to share the love that's inside of me. And let's support one another. See? It's not, I need you to feel love. No, thank you. Rather not do it that way. So love is inside of us, and it's the conditions that we put on life that prevent us from experiencing that love. Singer uses a great analogy. I've heard him talk about if a person feels like they have food in front of them in their house, but they can't eat, they have to have a special person give the food to them. Can you imagine? I can't eat this food. I got to have this 6'2" or whatever person who is just right for me feed me the food. Otherwise, I can't eat it. All right? It's a crazy idea, right? But that's what we're doing. We're saying I need a certain person to be a certain way in order for me to fill myself with love, in order for me to be satisfied. I need that. When it's inside of us all the time. The person's got food right in front of them. Just eat the darn food, will you? You don't need some special person to give you the food. It's in front of you. Just eat it. Oh, but I can't do that. I've got to have a certain person to give me the food. No, you don't. Just eat it. That's the same thing. The love is within us. The love is available. There's a wellspring inside of us. The Hindus call God Satchidananda, conscious eternal bliss. It's all from the same source, right? When you experience a beautiful sunrise or sunset, or you hear a wonderful song, or you're in a deep prayer and meditation and you feel uplifted, what's happening? You're experiencing that presence that's inside of you. Whatever that is outside that sort of stimulates it or triggers it doesn't make it come inside of you. It's always inside of us. And so we want to let go of the limitations that I've got to have things be a certain way in order for me to feel love. No, you don't. Just like that person, I got to have someone feed me the food. No, you don't. Go to it directly. Experience it directly. Now that's what I'm all about. That's how I want to live my life. Is I want to live in this love and joy and passion and happiness at all times. I want to be in that energy flow at all times. That's what the saints and sages have told us is possible for us. That you can be in the middle of the desert and feel as much love as you could ever feel. I want to be in that love just overflowing all the time. And joy. Now, how do we do that? Well, we let go of our conditions. We let go of the things that are blocking it. We let it go. And we do that by recognizing that the person that you are, that's in there, is a spiritual being, that you are consciousness. You see? And the conditions that we put on love and on life, those are created by our minds. And you are not your mind. You're not your mind, you're not your emotions, you're not your body. You are the one that is inside, looking through those eyes. You're the one that observes the mind. You're the one that observes the emotions. You're not your mind. And it's the mind that's creating all these conditions. And we're agreeing with those conditions. And what we're saying is, no, you got a choice. You don't have to agree with those conditions. You don't have to hold those conditions. You can say, look, love is inside of me, I'm going to experience and be love. I'm going to let God be love through and as me. I'm going to be the love that I want. And then I'm going to experience that love flowing through and as me. And I'm going to radiate that love. And hey, you might attract people in you. Well, you will, most definitely. When you're being love, you're gonna attract people. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna experience love around you too. I love that movie, Love Actually. Love is all around us. When you're coming from that, expressing from that place of love, when you're being love, what? You start to see love around you, don't you? You start to see it in people. It doesn't have to be a significant other. It can be. It's wonderful to have someone that you can hang out with and hug and share your life with. It's nice. It's nice. But let me tell you, without knowing your source of love, it doesn't work too well. It really doesn't. Look at the divorce rate. Those people liked each other in the beginning, didn't they? They were attracted to each other in the beginning. What happened? But when you know and you're focused on being love, now it's not about getting something from the person. It's not about making them be a certain way. It's about you being love and sharing that with the other person. And that's the difference. And the cool part is you don't need another person to feel loved. You don't need another person. There's that word need again. You don't need someone in order to experience and express love. So recognize that you are consciousness, and that consciousness is love. That consciousness is, you're not that mind that creates the conditions. You're not that mind that has a conversation going on all the time. You are spirit. And as a spirit, as spiritual being, as consciousness, that of you that's looking through these eyes, in fact, you might want to go to a mirror, look in the mirror, and look into your pupils and notice who is the one looking. You know, the tendency is to look at your body and go, oh, look at my body. Look, oh, I'm getting a wrinkle. Oh, look, a gray hair. Oh no, I'm getting thin or getting overweight or whatever it could be. You know, focusing on the body. That's not you. You're not your body. You're consciousness. You're not the mind that's judgmental and critical. That's the personal mind. That's not you. You are the spirit living in that body. You're the one looking through those eyes. The you that's in there is whole. The you that's in there is complete. The you that's in there is an expression of being, an expression of love. And the more we're able to keep that consciousness and that awareness, then when the mind starts its judgmental talking and its criticisms and its worries and its fears, if you can stay in that awareness that I am okay inside of here, I'm okay, I'm fine in here, I am pure consciousness, I am wholeness, I am love, I am joy, I am being me, I am God being God as me. When you hold that consciousness and you can observe your mind and observe the emotions, that's how you start to free up the blocks. Start to free up the blockages to the flow of love. That's how all that stuff that's stuck in there that needs to be healed, that's how it happens. By you watching it, observing it, not getting caught up in it, not letting yourself get carried away in what the mind constantly is saying and doing and talking and judging and criticizing. You are watching. And now that mind that can be so judgmental and critical can start to become quiet because you're now not listening to it. You're not listening to it and all its criticisms and judgments. That's how we start to tune into that flow of love. That's one of the ways. And the other way is to recognize, the more you do that, the quieter your mind's going to be and the more you're going to feel that flow. And then recognizing that love is all around you. Like that great movie, Love Actually. Love is all around us. It's all around us. I have a friend who told me that for years she was looking for somebody, that right partner, to where she would feel love. And because of that, she was not recognizing the love that was all around her. That there was a lot of love around her, friendships. There was that inner intimacy with friendships, with sharing thoughts and feelings and hopes and dreams and hurts, that was in her life already. That there was the love of just seeing people out on the streets and strangers, so-called strangers, interacting with people in stores or shops or wherever, that there was a loving exchange there. There was the love of her pet and having that little being there, a source of love. You see, I remember reading Louise Hay many years ago. She had people would write her letters. She wrote the book about healing. Healing, you can heal your life. And she said she got a letter and read the letter, and it was like, I want to meet somebody who will love me and be a partner in my life. My life is devoid of love. And Louise Hay wrote back, I think she was in her 50s or 60s, and she said, I would love to have someone in my life too, but I'm living my life. I'm loving life. I'm loving people. My life is filled with love because I'm loving. And I think that's a tremendous place to be. You know what they say? What's that old saying? That when you're not looking for that person, they show up. It's been my experience. There's many times where I've just been completely happy in my life, just happy being single, and then I meet somebody. Not always a lifelong relationship, but it's when I'm happy in myself. And I find that very helpful to remind myself of that periodically. Hey, I was happy before this relationship. And love is inside of me. It's all around me. And the same is true for you. So we have a choice. We can do what a lot of the world's doing, and that is, I need love. I need love. And we can feel empty and lack and feel like we got to find somebody and attract that person and all the stuff that goes into that whole thing, and then get addicted to that person, because after all, if they leave, there goes my love. We can do that, or we can go right to the source of where we feel love, and that's within our own being, where we can start to unblock that flow by knowing I am consciousness and not buying into the mind and the emotions, being the observer. And so the mind can get quiet and we can feel more of that flow of love. We can start to see love around us, appreciate the love that's already in our lives, not put conditions on what it takes for us to feel love. Just know that you can go directly to the source and be and experience the love that's always there. Why? Because Spirit is always there. God is always there. And God is the glue, the love that holds everything together. So let's get still for a moment. And we just take this time and recognize that I am a spiritual being. And I am an expression of this presence and activity of God, this love. That in love I live and move and have my being. In other words, I am always in love. I'm always in love. I live in love, and love lives in me. And I can experience and express more and more of that as I grow, as I heal, as I let go of conditions on the love and go directly to the source. And we thank you, Father and Mother God, for your presence of love Thank you for guiding us and helping us to unblock the blockages, helping us to know and to feel the love that we are. I am in love, and guess what? We are all in love together. I am in love, and we're all in love together. We're in love with Spirit. We're in love with all people. We live and move and have our being in that love. And as Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And so it is. Amen. Thank you for joining us today at the Unity Center of New York City for our live stream service. I would invite you to now join me in knowing the prayer for protection before we head out. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I'm Justin Epstein, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.